Inside of our course files on OneDrive, we're going to go ahead and create a file for our lesson on paragraph borders and shading, as well as learning how to do columns. So inside of our Computer Apps 1 folder for OneDrive, I'm going to go into instruction files, and I'm just going to create a new Word document in here. So I'm going to go up to New up at the top here and create a Word document. I'm just going to go ahead and name this once it opens because I want to make sure that I'm organized and I know what file I'm working on. So once it opens and loads, up at the top in the center, you're able to rename your file. So clicking up in the center right here where it says Document, I'm going to go ahead and click that drop-down menu, and you can see that it's saving in my OneDrive in instruction files. And I'm going to go ahead and name this Paragraphs and Columns. Once I click that, I can hit enter, or I can click out of the dialog box to be able to save that name, and you can see it's saved up at the top and it's got saved as an option. I'm then going to go ahead and expand my ribbon. So right now I'm in the condensed version because I've only got a couple options here, but I'm going to go ahead and hit the drop down arrow here to switch to the expanded ribbon, and that will show me all of my options that are available in the Office 365 version. We're then going to go ahead and look at some options here in 365 because I want to show you that although Office 365 is really great for being able to do stuff on the go, you really can't do as much as you want inside of it with a lot of the advanced settings. So what we're looking to do in this lesson, these next few lessons, is apply borders and also shading to a background, but then also to create columns. So when I'm looking here, paragraph borders and shading are usually in the paragraph group. And at this point, there are no paragraph borders and shading options on Office 365. In addition, if I go to the Layout tab, because columns is about taking the text and the content and putting it into columns next to each other, and that would be laying out your information. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the Layout tab, and you can see that on Office 365, there is no columns option either. So in this case, we're not going to be able to do a lot of the things that we want to do in Office 365. So we're going to open this up in the desktop app to be able to make changes. So up at the top here, I'm going to go ahead and hit Open in Desktop App to get that to open up in Word. And when your browser asks you to, let it open up Word. So I'm going to go ahead and click Open Up Word. And if you don't want it to keep asking you, you can always hit this check mark right here and click Open Word, and then it should save that if you're using the same browser and settings throughout. Once that go ahead and loads inside of Word, you're then going to be able to get some new options for our future lessons. Before we do all that though, I want to make sure that you understand that up here it's showing that it's how often it's being modified. I'm logged into my Office account, so that way it's saving, and I've got auto save on up here, so that way all of my information and changes that I'm making throughout these lessons are saving automatically instead of me having to manually save them. Just like your Google Docs and your Google spreadsheets and presentations all save automatically, even though we're in the desktop app version, we can still have it save for us in the background to the web. So in the next lesson, we're going to go ahead and use these files to be able to work with paragraph borders and shading and columns.